Are you ready, Sarah? Because I think we're going live now.
Who?
Are you off? What? Hey, episode 14. We've almost reached another milestone. What is that? Is that Once dos catorce for our friends that speak Spanish? Episode catorce. We are here once again at the Star Hill Dairy Market downtown location.
Lounge.
Yeah. We're in the lounge. Thank you to Star Hill for hosting us again. Thank you for Station C for being the folks that are just crazy enough to write the checks and keep us doing this thing. So here we are. I'm Nathan Wickline, and this is
Sarah Messer.
Got it all this time. Didn't have to prompt the Messer.
Only took 14 times.
Only took 14 times. Wait till we hit like 30. Who knows what we'll be doing then?
We'll have a new name.
We are joined today by one of the newer members of Station C. How long, Sarah?
A few weeks? Months? 2 months?
2 months.
Yeah.
2 months. Okay. We're going to be talking to Mel today from A&T or AT?
A&T Cabinet Refinishing, Interior and Exterior Painting.
There we go.
Please.
It's the man's got energy.
Right.
I mean, we already had a fun morning, so I don't even know what's left. We're just going to say thanks for coming. No, we're gonna dive into this thing though and see what's going on, see what you do, and just really let the folks of Station C get to know who you are. Because pretty great dude so far. So I'm anxious to learn a little bit more and do more of a deep dive. How about you, Sarah?
Yeah. I know Mel from Juice Cleansing. We share that in common.
Yes.
But there's a lot more to him.
There's a lot more than just the detox and the juice cleanse. Well, awesome. Well, let's get into it then. Mel, take it away. Introduce yourself and tell us about A&T.
Well, thank you so much for inviting me today to this beautiful moment. I love being on the microphone. No, I'm only kidding. Actually, my business is called A&T Cabinet Refinishing, Interior and Exterior Painting. I've been in business now close to 5 and a half, 6 years. Actually, I've been in the hospitality business for 18 years. I was with Marriott Hotels, and I decided, well, it's time to take a different road to another place. So I started pretty much out of my car, out of Altima. And I worked for a painter contractor in the city. Actually, I was cleaning his shop, cleaning bathrooms, making a low rate, and watching, observing. He was teaching me a little here and there. I said, well, just don't look too hard to do. So I decided, let me do it on my own. So actually, the paint contractor gave me one of his sprays and a table to get started. And it just kicked off. And before you know it, the phone started ringing. People started calling me. I was only doing cabinets at the time because I didn't want to expand. And while I was in the house, people say, Mel, the cabinets look so great. Can you paint my kitchen? Can you paint my living room? Can you paint the outside of my house? I said, well, it's time to expand. So I was very blessed to get great help. They've been with me from day one. Then I changed my whole process in painting kitchen cabinets because everybody in town paints kitchen cabinets. So I went with a step further. I actually put a wood coating on kitchen cabinets. I give a 10-year warranty on my cabinets. All the paints I use are top quality, Sherwin-Williams, Benjamin Moore. I use Aura for walls, Emerald for pretty much walls also, and trim. It's just a great, I enjoy what I do for the first time in my life. I really do. Working with Marriott Hotels, it was a great thing because they gave me a lot of training, working with people, teaching me how to sell. I don't know why, but they did. But it's a great company. The training I took with me in my business. And I started realizing, wow, this is great. And my biggest philosophy is if you take care of your associates, the associates will definitely take care of your customers. And I pretty much now make my guys do what they need to do in the shop and on the field. The greatest thing about it is they do the hiring. I don't. I wear my heart on my sleeve, and I feel bad for everybody, and I believe in giving everybody a chance. And so I had to step back on that. My wife, Tammy, she pretty much keeps me under control because of my energy level. She'll say, slow down, hon, slow down. I got you. Just take a deep breath. But we just opened up a new shop on 1575 Avon Street Extension, right next to Wegmans, my favorite store in Charlottesville. And so we just opened up a 3,000 square foot shop. I actually share it with Handy Mike. So I just put a state-of-the-art spray booth. I know what you're going to ask me. Tell me about those bathtubs we refinished. And we just did something a couple of months ago. We actually refinished someone's bathtub. because a lot of the
Not
remodels,
paint, right?
no, not you. So a lot of the bathtubs that we do pretty much is all remodeling. So before we rip them out, they'll say, hey, Mel, can you come over and refinish the bathtubs? It's a lot of labor, a lot of things involved in it, but it's definitely taking the old looking like new. So we're excited to be in Charlottesville. I'm definitely excited just to be with you guys. I'm like full of energy. I need to take some kind of, I got to lay off the
gave him some
espresso.
coffee, yeah.
I got to lay off the espresso. So if I'm talking too much and too quick, just
No, you
just
don't
shock me. Just put the shock collar on.
It's amazing.
But no, I just enjoy everything. I got a passion for what I do. I love being around people. I love doing estimates because believe it or not, a lot of my customers become good friends of mine. That's the greatest.
I believe it.
So that's the greatest thing. And even my staff says, Mel, because I give. I like to give to the community because that's what it's all about. It's helping people. I think most of my business that I get is because it's word of mouth, and that's your best advertising. Mm-hmm. And I really believe the more you help and give to get your name out there, not just for business itself, it's more for doing the right thing. Doing the right thing for people. Because right now, this world today is so moving, it's so crazy that you want to help people. Because I don't know what you're going through today. So if I go to your house, I got to make sure when I leave, you're in a good mood. If you're not in a good mood, I want to put you in a better mood. So that's pretty much my sales technique. The paint that I use is from Italy for my cabinets. I buy it out of Pittsburgh. It's a 2K process with a hardener, and that's the reason why I give a 10-year warranty on my cabinets. And also now we're starting to move up the next level with also doing drywall. Because my guys are complaining, hey, Mel, we go in the house, the drywall is not good, let us do it. So now we just went into another part of it, of repairing and replacing drywall, so my guys could do a better job when it comes to the painting piece.
Wow.
So it doesn't stop.
Yeah.
It just keeps on going.
Right.
So
He can't stop himself.
You cannot.
I can't.
He's not a no guy.
You're right.
That's pretty much.
So Mel, it doesn't sound like you are. It's not an Alabama accent. So how'd you make your way down this way?
Actually, I was born in the South. I'm sure you picked up my Southern accent.
Right.
I'm only kidding.
Yeah, right.
Kidding. Actually, from Brooklyn, New York. I was with Marriott then, and then I moved out to Long Island. Then Marriott transferred me to Orlando, which was a great thing. And I was there for a while at the Marriott World Center. Then they transferred me to Tampa in Florida. Then I went to Scottsdale, Arizona. So I was doing a lot of moving around.
Big moves, too.
Big moves, yeah. And my family stayed in Florida.
Okay.
3 of my children right now, I got 2 in Orlando, 1 in Colorado. My wife now, she has 3 children. One's in West Virginia, one's in Missouri, and one's in Texas. So that's pretty tough.
Wow.
You're all over the map.
Yeah. So it's tough. But the greatest thing about it is it's just we're by ourselves. Mm-hmm. I just bought a little puppy German Shepherd, Jax, 10 weeks old. We have a 10-year-old Yorkie, 2 pounds.
Aww.
She rules the roost. And pretty much it's just awesome. It's just you wake up in the morning, you say, thank God. You got to be careful what you pray for. Business is going through the roof, which is good.
Yeah.
We just bought a new van yesterday. Thank you. Just to get the guys out more on the field and getting the jobs done quicker.
Yeah.
So, but no, the process is moving in the right direction.
I've noticed, I've noticed that all of a sudden I'm seeing your signs everywhere.
Yes.
Is that something that you guys have?
I meant to take a picture.
I mean,
yesterday.
yeah, it's outside of my neighborhood. I was like, I'm seeing these signs all over the place. Now, maybe it's because I really think, is that something you guys have consciously done here recently? Because your market's blown up.
It's funny that you said that because my logo, my wife actually, she was really wanted something to pop. Mm-hmm. And I said, Tammy, how are we going to do this? So she goes, well, go bring it to a guy who knows how to do logos. But she actually had the whole mindset and the design in her mind. And then I started making yard signs. I figured, why not? And we started putting them out. And before you know it, the phone is just blowing up on just yard signs alone. So there were some areas I had to take them away because we were getting so busy. Because I'm going into right now, we're in May, June. I'm going into the end of June, starting July with work. I mean, that's how far out we are right now. So it's pretty intense.
And not just in Charlottesville, you said.
No, not in Charlottesville. We actually have, we do the Keswick, Central Virginia pretty much. We got Keswick, we do work in Glenmore. We do a lot in Waynesboro, Nelliesville, Wintergreen. I mean, we just go as far as we could pretty much take on whatever. Now that we have another vehicle, we could probably go out just a little further. But I want to just rein it in just a little because it's so hard to get to point A to point B.
Yeah.
Just in case if you get something at the shop or all that fun stuff.
You said the paint is a wood kind of thing?
It's a wood coating. And,
Talk to me about
and
that.
the way what I do with my cabinets, I go with 2 stages. I do stage 1 and stage 2. Stage 1 is just strictly paint. What we do is we come in your home. We'll actually take off the cabinet doors and drawers. We bring those to the shop, okay? And then we go back to your home and we do all the sanding there. We put plastic on countertops, floors. We cover everything up really good. We sand everything down. We put 2 coats of oil primer. We put 3 coats on the shell and railings inside your home. When we bring the doors and drawers to the shop, we do the same thing. The only difference what we do at the shop is we use our spray booth at the shop. Now, if you want your home sprayed inside your kitchen, that's the Malaysia where the Malaysia 2K comes in because all that has to be sprayed. And it gives you a more finer finish of the product. You have paint versus a wood coating. And you ever notice like right by your sink, you'll see it always chipping and paling and bubbling because of the water? Well, the Malaysia 2K doesn't do that. The Malaysia actually it's like a solid epoxy on your kitchen
Is that the brand name of the?
Yes, it's called Malaysia 2K.
Okay.
And they don't sell it in Charlottesville.
nickname.
They don't sell it in Charlottesville. It
You
comes
gotta
out
go to Philly.
Yeah, you have to either go Pittsburgh or North Carolina.
Okay.
Those 2 places to get. I'm trying to become a distributor for Malaysia, but it's tough. It really is tough. I really believe in the product.
Yeah.
I really do. And there's a lot of paint stores that come over to me and challenge me on the Malaysia, but they're great paints, what they have, but not as it's scratch resistant. It's just it'll last longer than the home, which I like about it.
How long does the process take? I mean, so you come in and you start taking out doors and cabinets and stuff like that, take it back. How long am I involved in this?
Well, the doors and drawers take around maybe a good week because of the process of the curing and everything else. Inside your home, based on if we're spraying or sanding, if we're spraying, you're looking at 3 to 5 days based on the size of your kitchen. So if your kitchen is pretty large, you're probably looking at 5 days of what we have to do. If it's small enough, you're probably looking at 3 days.
Okay.
That's not bad.
No, I mean, I wouldn't want it to be fast. I mean, I think that.
When you talk about that booth, so in your shop, do people come into the shop and look at stuff, or is that just for you guys?
Actually, that's a great question. I would love for people to come in
you go.
and look at the shop because actually, if anything falls on the floor, you actually can pick it up and eat it. I'm really anal when it comes to the way the shop looks because when customers walk into my shop, I want them to know exactly how clean we are and the reason why we do what we do and how good as we do it. Because your first appearance is the most important. So when you walk into my shop better be clean, guys, because you never know who's going to walk in. You just never know who's going to walk in.
And is that where you hang out mostly?
No, I wish I could say that.
Yeah.
I wish I could. I do a lot of estimates.
Okay.
I do probably maybe 3 to 6 estimates a day. My guys, I'm always checking up on my men. Great guys, but I always have to make sure Papa Bear is following up to make sure that everything is being done correctly. I got great guys, but after a while, when you're on a ladder for a few hours, a 28 or 40-foot ladder, you start seeing doubles after a while. So I just go out there, just try to give the energy back, which I do pretty good. And they just love having me around because it's fun. It's not just, hey, the boss is here. It's fun. I try to make it as exciting as possible for them and, and being great with the customer. I always want to make sure the customer is happy. That's why I'm involved on the field.
What are you seeing the most inquiries about right now? Is it cabinets? Is it painting? Is it the tub work? I mean, what are they calling you for? You're doing 3 to 6 a day. That's a lot.
Right. Most of them are kitchen cabinets. A lot of them now are starting to become interior and exterior painting.
Yeah.
It's the season. Everybody wants their home looking good, because when it comes to the holiday times, we'll get pushed right up to October, maybe the first week of November.
Leave us alone.
And after that, man, they want you out of the house because of the holidays. And you can't blame them. But once the holidays are over, January 1st, it's like,
Fix this place up, man.
yeah, just come back in. The kids were here.
Right. Yeah.
So it's pretty exciting just to see how the business is moving. Every pretty much person I speak with is telling me, Mel, how do you get in the business? And I'm upfront very upfront with them. I use Facebook. I got a great social media guy. His name is Phil Day. He takes care of all my social media. I definitely recommend whoever needs somebody for social media. He really pulled me out of when I first started. He did my website. He did my logo. He did it all. He did a great job. But it's just about getting your name out there.
Right.
It's not hard to start a business. It's getting out there and getting involved, networking. Networking is your best advice I could give. You could go on Facebook, you could show all your pictures, you could even go on my website. But if we don't have this,
Right.
it's not going to work. I want them to know Mel. Then after that, they're going to know, hey, by the way, you need to use Mel, A&T. How do you beat that?
Right.
You know, when I beat Stage, see, this was the greatest investment I made, believe it or not, because even if, yes, you did. I'll give you a star on your shoulder on that. But it's a great thing. Even if you see the same people every month, that's a great thing. You want them to know you. You want them to wave and see you sign. Say, "Oh yeah, I know who that guy is. That's Mel." You know, that's what you want. It's the marketing piece that you have to help people with.
Go ahead. No, you.
I was just laughing with a friend this week, you know, since we're old now. We're sitting there having drinks and we get to talking about what are your retirement plans? Who's your investment guy? And it's like, oh, I happen to know and be friends with a bunch through Station C.
Yeah. Right.
And, you know, it feels good to be able to throw out a name that you trust
Exactly.
to a good friend.
Exactly.
Or someone that you know really well. And that works well for everyone.
And speaking to your point, I mean, especially when you've got the personality of Mel, I mean, the energy. I mean, I'm gonna want to tell everybody, you gotta meet this dude, man.
You need him in your kitchen.
Yeah, you need this guy in your house. This is the guy. If nothing else, like you said, just get to know folks and then somebody, you know, sitting around a campfire or fire pit says, "Man, my cabinets are looking a little rough."
Yeah.
You say, "Well, you know what? You should call Mel because once Mel talks to you, you're done.
You're done.
You're getting what is it?
That's your guy.
Malaysia 2K. It's coming. It's on its way.
The bottom line is, believing in the product.
Right.
You know, anybody could sell anything, but if you really believe in the product, you can't go wrong.
How'd you find it? Since it's out of Italy and comes to Pittsburgh and North Carolina, how did
you know? It's amazing because around 2 years ago, I'm always looking online. I always want to be the cutting edge. I want to be the first. You know, because it is what it is out there. You know, if you have the same cup of coffee every single day and everybody's selling the same, okay, after a while, who do you go to? But if you stay on the cutting edge and on top, that everybody says, "Oh my God, what is he doing now? What is he doing next?" I mean, Malaysia, it was amazing. I always wanted to do it, but it was a different spraying process. It's just not like spraying the emerald or the aura. It's a totally different process. You have to use the right cup spray. You have to use a gravity feeder. You have to have it on the right pressure. There's a whole process to it. So I said, well, I could do this. And the first couple of cabinet jobs, I'll be honest with you, I didn't like the way they came out. Thank God they were my cabinets. But you have to keep doing it until you master it. Then I have this one gentleman with me. His name is Brian. He's my technician, supervisor of my shop. He's incredible. I mean, he used to work with the Malaysia. So the Lord gave me him, and his wife is just as great as he is. So it's a great team. So I pay them well. I pay them extremely well. I pay them more than painters pay people within Charlottesville. But if you take care of your people, they'll take care of you.
You said that's what you learned at Marriott, right?
Amen to that, because I believe in what's the use of, if you can't put your head on your pillow at night, what's the use of even being in business? And if you can't trust your staff, what's the use of being in business? Now, don't get me wrong. There was a few people I did hire that just didn't work out because they feel they want to make more or they want to get it better. And that's okay. I bless that. But I just want everybody to succeed because I'm 64. I'm young. God's will, he's going to probably give me another 20 years, if that.
At least 30. Come on.
30. I'll go with 30. I want to be like Moses. I want to go with 120. So, but I want to be able to say, okay, guys, because I know my son doesn't want to take this over. He has his own gig in Orlando, which is great. I'm proud of him. But if my guys keep doing what they're doing, I'll be the first one to say, hey, guys, you want it? Take it over. They know how to do it.
Yeah.
You know, they got great personalities. They already know my customers, you know, so it's the whole getting them settled and getting them into the right place. So I don't mind giving.
Yeah.
I don't mind giving as long as people stay loyal to me and And trust is a big thing with me, loyalty and trust. But otherwise, it's all great.
Yeah. I mean,
all
you
great.
got to have those things. You're going into people's homes and hanging out for 3 to 5 days.
Yeah.
You got to have some trust and loyalty.
I mean, I was at a woman's house the other day, and she goes, "Did you ever get your German Shepherd?" I says, "Matter of fact, he's in the van." She goes, "Bring him in," because she had a poodle. So my dog is running all around the house with her dog. I'm stressing because if anything happens, but this is the relationship you build.
Yeah.
You know, and that's so. Because after a while, once you get your name out there, you don't need to advertise no more. I don't need to put my signs out there no more. And that's the great. I'll talk to anybody. I'll talk to the janitor out here, Robert. Great guy. Them in the conversation. I will talk to anyone because you know why? You never know.
That's right.
You just never know who people are and what they're going through.
Yeah.
You know, I met a guy last week who, believe it or not, he was in Harris Teeter. No, it wasn't Harris Teeter. I'm sorry. He was in Jersey Mike's. And I walked in there, and you could tell he just having a rough day. So I just put my arm around. I said, "You having a rough day?" He goes, "Man, you can't believe." I said, "Well, let me buy you a sandwich." How'd that? I was having a conversation with him, and I'm actually going on an estimate of his house next week.
There you go.
So help the people. Just keep helping people.
The universe will repay you.
Yeah,
for the right
amen.
things.
Amen.
I mean,
to
that's
that.
one of our, philosophies at the Juice Laundry. You come in, you have something. You're in a little bit better mood when you leave. You might hold the door for someone on your way out.
That's right.
And then carry that out with you into the
That's
world.
right. It's okay to say thank you. It's okay. Can I help you? As I say, thank you so much for what you've done for me today. I thank all my guys before they leave every single day. I say good morning to them. Thank you for coming in. It's all about how you treat people. And don't treat people the way they want to be treated. No, don't treat people the way you want to be treated. Treat them the way they want to be treated.
There you go.
And that's how I treat them,
Yeah.
because everybody's different.
Everybody is different.
Everybody's different.
So I'm going to go back. I feel horrible now switching this back around. So I have a question for me.
It's all about you, Nate.
That's right. It's always about me. No, this is about. So if I'm looking at the cabinets, and I mean, is there like a timeline or a time frame I should be looking at? Like if I had cabinets installed 10, 15, 20 years ago, is there like a longevity piece to this that helps them last longer, or is this an aesthetic thing when people come to you for their cabinets?
Well, both. That's
Okay.
that's actually a great question, because a lot of the cabinets that I do are old, and they look like new once we're done.
Yeah.
Because today cabinets are extremely expensive. To
excessively.
put new cabinets in your house based on the size of your kitchen, you go from $25,000 up to $60,000.
Right.
I mean, it's insane. Then you have to wait around 6 months, 8 months, because materials and everything is so hard to get today. But that is a great question. What a lot of people do is they'll go and they'll try to either refinish it themselves, or COVID was my busiest time. Believe it or not.
I bet so.
'Cause everybody wanted to redo their cabinets.
Yeah.
But
Put me out.
yeah. So, but
Mistake.
the cabinets, you'll know when your cabinets need it. But my recommendation is don't get them refinished. Not because I'm in the business. Get them refinished because people don't realize how good you can make your cabinets look by refinishing them, especially if you put the wood coating on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that was one of the most mind-blowing things when we were, designing and building our house, was looking up online what people budget for cabinets. And it was like, expect to spend about 50 grand. And my husband and I were like,
It's wooden boxes on a wall.
yeah. So we just went without. But now we see why people have them.
Yep. And that's why people don't want to rip them out. And number
Yeah.
two, you don't know what's behind the wall.
Oh, yeah.
So that could be more of a challenge and more of an expense,
Okay, here's a question. So when my brother and his wife bought their first house, they were wood cabinets, and dark wood. And she wanted to change up the feel of their kitchen because it was dark, and she wanted to paint them white. And his argument was, once we paint the wood, you can't go back.
That is correct.
Do you get that a lot? People deciding?
I do a lot of cherry wood, which is
Yeah.
crazy because I love cherry wood.
Right.
Yeah.
And the
Not
cabinets
cheap.
are beautiful. Not cheap at all, but a
Yeah.
lot of people just don't want the dark colors. And you
Yeah.
got to keep in mind, it's the new generation moving in.
Right.
So their whole outlook is to have everything light, bright, happy. I call myself old school. My wife laughs at me because I still have to ask her, hey, how do you work this? But it's all changing. The whole the whole world is changing
Yeah.
based on what people like and what people don't like.
Yeah.
You know?
It'll come back around. It'll come back around.
You definitely can't get paint off wood, right?
Well, you could get off wood, but it's a
You
lot.
could,
It's
okay.
a process.
Okay.
It's a process. It's a lot. It's a lot of labor because a lot of people say, Mel, why is it so much money to refinish kitchen cabinets? Because it's all labor.
Yeah.
It's labor. It's just labor intense. I mean, I'll have 3 or 4 guys working on. I mean, you should just come into the shop to see what
Yeah.
they do with the doors, and come to someone's home to see what we do inside the kitchen. It takes 2 days of prep before we even start sanding. So it's a lot of, I mean, if you can spend the money, have the quality. And
Yeah.
so some people say, Mel, it's just too much or too expensive. I'll go with somebody else. And most of the time, 9 months to 12 months, I'll get a phone call. Hey, Mel, can you do my cabinets? Because they're bubbling, they're paling, they're not sticking. So you pay for what you get for.
Yeah.
You really do.
You can't go cheap.
What about restaining wood cabinets?
We just finished one. We just finished staining. People think staining is easier.
Yeah.
Actually, it's not.
Okay.
Because you have to make sure everything looks even throughout your
Right.
doors and everything. You can stain them. Then people say, okay, can you put a clear coat? So now you have to put a clear coat on top of the stain.
Is that like epoxy?
No, it's more of like a polyurethane.
Okay.
So now they have the stain. You show them a sample. They like it. Now it's not shiny enough. Now it turns into more work.
Yeah, right.
Now it turns into more work.
What's the craziest thing you had somebody request to do? You got anything stand out? Like, sure, would like to do a purple cabinet.
No, I tell you, I think the craziest, we actually did a woman out in Nelliesford. She actually put leather hardware on her cabinet doors. And yeah, something a little different. But her cabinets, she went with 4 different colors. Top was white, bottom was dove gray.
Yeah.
The island was like a blue. And then she did her desk area into a black. So she had all these colors going on. I didn't think it was going to come out looking
Worked,
good.
right?
But I tell you what, it came out looking awesome. It's just more prep and work for us because
Yeah.
you can't
Yeah.
spray everything all at once. You got to do one color at a time and cover everything after you spray. But the process of it was incredible.
That's kind of the trend that I heard from some folks that were in the home building thing is that it used to be, like you said, all white. Just give us all white or eggshell or something. Then they wanted, then it was top is different than the bottom.
Yep.
Then it was top, bottom, then island. But it looks good if the colors are right.
Yep.
The leather, though,
Yeah, was
How
it
did that work?
soft?
Well, she doesn't cook.
Okay.
She has no children. She has no pets. So
doesn't even go in the kitchen.
it didn't even go in the kitchen. So in the beginning, I said, wow, that's crazy. I never seen anything like this, but they look great.
Yeah.
Okay.
But she was selling the home, so that was a key factor. I mean, if I would walk in and look at the leather straps on,
That's a bold
On a
move
cabinet.
to sell a
Oh,
house. I mean, you got to make sure you catch the right person because
I'll tell you
Yeah,
something.
with the blue.
But what happened was the way the homes were selling, she sold it in 3 days.
yeah, who cares, right?
And it was more than the asking price.
You don't even
So
care.
really, does it make it? And it was cash. So really, does it make it?
Right.
They're going to change the
Yeah.
leather
Just
straps
want
anyway.
to see what it looks like anyway.
But she was the first to do something like this. She said she never done it before. She always wanted to do it.
I've never heard of leather handles in a kitchen especially.
Well, it might
But I
be
imagine,
time, Nathan.
though,
It might be time.
that would actually look, you know what? Maybe. Because I
But
think it would look pretty
let's go with
cool over
leather.
time. You have to
Yep.
get the wear and the
Yep.
patina.
Yeah,
What do I know?
but not in my kitchen. We cook too much,
Yeah.
Right.
and we drink too much wine.
Greasy.
So something's going to get spilled on either the wine or the grease.
Yeah.
So
All right. Well, I think Sydney's looking at
Sydney's
us
making
and
us
making
go.
hand signals. And so that flew by.
I sure did.
Yeah.
I appreciate it. I can't thank you guys enough. Maybe I spoke a little too quick.
No.
No, not.
You might have to edit this
No
some way,
way.
somehow.
We are so grateful
again, if
for
you
that.
guys need anything, and again, if anything I could do for you, Sarah, anything
Where
you
do we
guys-
find you?
Yeah. How do folks find A&T?
A&T. Right now, my address is 1475 Avon Extension,
Okay.
108. My phone number is 434-989.
Call his wife.
7217. Yep. Call my wife. But also my website,
Okay.
.com too. You could go on that, and you can look at my yard signs in all the areas.
It's everywhere.
Yeah. So just give me a call if you guys need anything.
Yeah, seriously, one of the good dudes. I mean, I have really enjoyed getting to know you this morning.
Yeah.
Same here.
It's been a great morning. I can't recommend, even if you don't need cabinets and you're member Station C, go out to coffee with Mel. Just give him a call, get to know him. I guarantee you're going to come out for the better. So
Thank you.
yeah,
Agreed.
Thank you.
appreciate
it.
for joining
Thank you,
us.
Have a
Sarah,
great day,
anything
guys.
for you?
Love you guys.
We'll see you on what's 15. Are we getting into the DAC something now, or
What do you mean? Oh, how to say it in Spanish? Come on, quinceañera.
Quince?
Quince.
Quince. We'll see you for episode Quince. Boom. Bye.